Guys, what's up? Dan Klein, jobkilling.com. Had a little buddy stop by today and I want to jump in, get him on camera, ask him the hard questions that you guys all want answered. This is my friend Scott Little. He's been in job killing for about a year, but me and Scott go way back actually. We went to high school together. He was 2 years younger than I. After high school kind of ended, we kind of became friends after high school, really. We didn't really hang out during high school. And then tried different things together, and you know, I told him about kind of what we were doing, and he jumped in about a year ago with him and a buddy. And needless to say, no background in anything internet. This is your DJing, and you were doing
marketing. Owned a production company, did music events and stuff of that nature. Had literally could not build a website.
Yeah. And you'd always hit me up, like, hey, I got this idea, let's try this out. And I'm like, oh, dude, you just got to learn this stuff. But it's cool because now you're a year into this thing. Your business is starting to really explode. And the interesting thing is, most people probably would think like I've given you preferential treatment, and like, you know, I'm doing all this extra stuff for you. And dude, you've pretty much, you never asked me questions. You've asked me a couple questions at the very start. I gave you some hacks and some guidance, and treated you no different than any other job killing student.
Probably worse.
Probably worse. But so Scott hit me up. He was in San Francisco for the Super Bowl, and it's about 2 hours from where we're at here. He said, hey, can I come on over by and grind with you for a day? So we're like, heck yeah, man. And now we're here. We've been kind of hanging all day. I've watched Scott in his element, kind of up working inside today and on the phone, and freaking the thing that stuck out to me the most was just, dude, like, I was like, hey, do you want to go get a lift in real quick downstairs? And you're like, no, man, I gotta grind. And I think that's the biggest thing that I talk about. I just hit it over the head over and over and over again. I think people don't really understand what that grind really is. So without further ado, guys, Scott Little, thanks for jumping on camera. Let's just bang through some questions.
Definitely, man. Absolutely.
So I asked in the group for job killers. Obviously, people want to know kind of where you're at financially. What are things looking at like from a monthly basis for you right now?
So I had some home runs throughout the year with investor clients. I was doing a lot of like lead gen for just real estate investors, guys that buy and flip houses and whatnot. So I was getting some good cuts there, but I didn't get consistent until I really started focusing on the VIP funnel. Paid off my course. Like I said, didn't get any preferential treatment from old Danny over here. But that's I think
equal opportunity.
Seriously though, that was the, you know, what helped me really get myself up off the ground. Like I had to be serious about what I was doing, and really taking the right steps and getting a process down to where I could start making some serious money. And that's what it's, you know, that's what it's taken. Financially, in the last couple of months, I've grown my SEO consulting side of my business to, you know, $12,000-ish a month, not including revenue share. So my goal for this year is to be really by June, by Vegas, at $50K a month minimum. With all my residuals and my profit sharing that I've got set up in this hybrid model that I've been utilizing with, you know, different companies.
Okay, cool. So the biggest questions, obviously, so 12K a month is awesome. I know you've had some months. What's the biggest month you've had?
Just shy of 20-ish.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing, and I think from a relatability standpoint, you know, I've actually had job killing students say like, I want to talk to the guys that aren't making 20K a month.
Definitely.
Because is it more relatable? Like, are those people just like crazy superstars? But the thing about what you've done, and I think the thing that we can share on this, that I think everyone can kind of take something from, is you've really dialed down the process of what you do on a daily basis. And that's what I think what everyone wants to hear. So you've went and taken Brad's VIP, one of his email sequences. Which one is it, by the way?
It's the, you know, I saw a few different problems with your website. Can I send you a free analysis on how to fix those kind of a thing?
So you swipe that, and then you're sending how many of those out a day?
100 minimum.
He's sending 100
5 days a week.
A day, 5 days a week. So that's a huge takeaway for all the job killing students that are looking for what this guy's consistent daily actions look like. How are you getting the emails?
Google. Okay. Simple as that. I get that question. I've had that before.
Are you doing it?
No, I outsource it.
Okay.
I got a guy that I've hired. He's my only guy. Now, do I outsource for content and other things like that? People building my influence sites? Sure, absolutely. But in regards to the actual
for your prospecting,
yes.
So you're sending 100 a day. You're taking the email that Brad Campbell wrote. You're swiping it. You're sending it to 100 prospects. and you have a guy that basically spends his time getting you the email addresses of who you're going to send this. Do you send it with any special mail program, or do you just send it with Gmail?
Literally cold, just boom, right through it. He addresses the business owner, has a canned response, goes through it. It's really simple as that. You just got to do it. You got to put in the work and make the emails.
Or you don't, or you have to have someone else do the work for you.
That's what I mean. Dude, one way or another, just get it done. You know, it's as simple as that.
Okay, so 100 emails a day.
Yep.
What kind of response are you seeing back?
Out of those 100, 2 to 5%. And then
respond.
Respond. Correct.
So you send them this swipe that Brad wrote. They respond, "Hey, I'm interested." Then what's next?
Then I send the screencast. So whatever they say, whatever they're going to say. I put the screencast together. I send it over. And then I harp on them until they watch it. They follow up as many times as you can. That's the number one thing that people fall off in this business with. Is not enough follow up. Prospecting, follow up. Prospecting follow-up. You got to continually do that.
Okay, so you send a cold email to a cold prospect. You have someone doing it for you.
Yep.
2 to 5% of them respond. So out of 100 emails, you'll get maybe 2 responses to 5.
Yep.
And then you make a custom screencast video. And I've seen his screencast videos. There's nothing special about what you're doing. Everyone's going to ask in this video, "Let me see his screencast videos." Guys, it's the same screencast video that you followed just what I trained in the...
Absolutely. Just get the process down, learn it, and just go through it. And I'm happy to share it. You can kind of see what I do, but it's nothing special. Yeah. It's nothing that's,
You're just taking the action.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
And you said that from the get-go, Dan. I mean, that's what it was. It's like...
But a good sequence of like what you're doing is good for people, because a lot of people don't even know where to start as far as their daily actions.
Right.
And it's not a cold call.
Nope.
It's a freaking cold email off of an email address you found off their website or wherever that you didn't even do. That you found. You send it.
No, I've refined it a little bit and made it sound like that's an important part to really, to cut off the fat and make it sound like it's coming from yourself and it sounds natural and what you'd really say, but following the general kind of template of what and there's tons of them in
it's
there.
Just numbers, right?
Yeah, totally. It's a numbers game. Absolutely.
So you're hitting 500 emails a week. You're getting on average 20 to 25 responses a week.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you're making about 25 screencast videos a week on the top end.
Yep.
Out of those 25, what do you actually see close?
About 5 to 10% is what I'm looking at. If I can get
that's 2 clients.
Yes. If I can get 2 to 3 clients a month, I'm happy.
Yeah. And the average value of your client, I know you're really revamping, you're kind of going this hybrid approach.
Yep.
Average value of your client.
$1,500 to $3,000 a month with a revenue share that I negotiate as high as I want, from 5 to 10% of sales.
Okay, great. So you're closing these deals. You're doing it with a hybrid, so you have a little back end on the deal.
Absolutely.
Everyone's going to ask the same question. Well, what are you doing for these business owners? What are you coming at them, and what are you pitching them?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just when I'm searching in Google, that's how I go through it. That's what I was saying. Is the value in that is you can go to see where they're ranking for some of these high competitive keywords. Say whatever niche it is. They're on the 6th, 7th, 8th page of Google. Go in there and say, "Listen, this is where you're at." That's what the email says. And then when you go through the screencast, you can say, "Hey, this is what it is." Joe Schmo over here, your competitor, is crushing the market and taking all the business. And when your client can be worth from anywhere from 5 to 6 figures in profit, what is it? What's the opportunity cost of not working with someone like myself, kind of a thing?
So you're going into more higher ticket niches.
Yep.
You're targeting these buyers because one client to them means a lot, so they can afford a $1,500, $2,000 bill.
Absolutely.
And you're more attacking this from the SEO standpoint, like of a service, with a rev share on the back.
Absolutely.
You're taking the call sling phone number, you're putting it on their actual site. You're not actually changing their site to Weebly.
Nope.
So you're actually changing over their site to reflect all the leads and the work that you're going to be putting into the game.
Yep.
Do you get an objection every once in a while from people?
Of course I do. And, what about my trucks and our branding or this or that? Well, guess what? You're not getting any leads from the website anyways, and there's plenty of businesses out there that have multiple numbers. And so,
what do you do if you run into a site that's not in Weebly? You're not a web designer, so how do you fix it?
Outsource.
Okay, so you find someone who knows how to deal with the platform.
The beautiful thing about Job Killing is there's so many talented individuals in this group that it's like I can literally put out a message to someone, say I need this done, that done, and someone responds within an hour, max, and it's done.
So if you could rewind 1 year back from when you started, what would you change? in how you approach, because I told you what not to do, and you went and did it anyway.
Yeah.
And I let you take your lumps, and you made some money along the way.
Right.
You learned a lot.
Right.
But what would you change starting over?
I would have wished that the VIP templates were there from the get-go. And like I said, that's what I was saying. Is I took a different approach in the sense lead gen is what you make of it. You can land whether you're doing SEO consulting like I am, or you're doing the lead gen side of thing and building out sites. You just got to get. You got to build value for these businesses and really get in front of them and say, hey, this is what I can provide, this is what I can do, and get them to understand the opportunity cost of not working with someone like yourself. And then it's game over. Now you're going to come across some roadblocks. Definitely, you're going to have to go through a few businesses once in a while. Yeah, but that's why I go after the high-end ticket businesses, because I feel like the more, what I've seen at least, is the more money someone has, the more the higher ticket item that they have.
They're not as. They're easier to deal with. They're willing to try stuff out.
It's not like a limited budget where they're like, or they got burned a couple times because they spent a couple $100 a month on some BS marketing tactics or whatever. They're willing to put it out there, especially when they can see. That's what's so valuable about making a personalized screencast. Is like, hey, listen, this is what I do. No one sends that kind of stuff. No SEO firm or this, that, the other has ever approached them in the way that I do, or that we can.
That's right.
With what we have, with the tools that we have. And that's what really gets them like, wow, maybe this guy is actually different. I can afford this. A couple $1,000 a month, a 90-day money-back guarantee on what I do. Hey, listen, you don't get a lead or, it's like, I'll give you your money back.
Yeah,
we're in this together.
Well, and you're also using some AdWords.
Right, absolutely. Of course.
I heard Scott on the phone with Google today for an hour and a half.
Yep.
Just having the experts at Google, just like we train in the training, tweak and dial in his AdWords campaign. Yep. He's not an AdWords expert. He obviously understands it, but at the same token, he understands there's smart people at Google that will do this for you. And they spend an hour and a half of their day fixing your client's AdWords campaign so you could get him leads.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's genius.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you're taking a part of that first month budget, let's say it's $1,500 or $2,000, and you're spending how much on the AdWords just to get the leads flowing quickly?
I mean, honestly, some of these, again, that's the hybrid model. When we're talking about a client being worth, 5 to 6 figures of commission, to me is sometimes between whatever, $10,000 and $20,000 for per sale. Absolutely. So then that's why I go after the high ticket stuff. So I'm spending the money on the end. The residual, like I said, that I'm bringing in is the bulk of it's being spent on advertisement.
Yeah. So what happens if in 90 days they say I want my money back and you spend all their money on advertisement?
I get results, so I don't have to.
It's the question that everyone's going to ask because being a business owner, you have to be willing to take risks. Yep. One of the things I've always admired about you through our whole time knowing each other, whether it was buying tickets for the national championship game and making $70,000 buying and selling, whether it's buying iPhones, cracked iPhones, and sending them back to eBay or doing whatever you were doing, fixing them and having someone fix them for you and selling them on eBay.
Start a whole eBay empire. Yeah, absolutely.
But you've never been someone that was afraid to take the money that you're making from things and go and spend it on
leverage it
and know that, dude, you've made some bad buys, dude.
Definitely.
Even in the ticket game, I remember you bought a $5,000 ticket and could barely get off of it.
I went out to the national championship in New Orleans when I was hustling, just on the grind before I really had any business sense, and I didn't make any money at all, actually.
Yeah. So you put a lot of money out there,
totally,
and it was big risk. So a lot of people have problems with that, and that's something I think people have to get by.
Yeah.
But if you had to give your advice to a brand new job killer who just joined, what is your advice?
Stick with the process. Just follow through it. Get your course paid off and get through and understand the value and what the VIP system presents. And I'm not just saying that because Dan's sitting here. This isn't. That is how I've exploded my business. Period. End of story. And that's, like I said, what I'm leveraging. Talk about leverage. How I'm leveraging my business from this year and beyond.
Yeah. So the funny thing is you're the first person that's like been a filmed case study that's actually had the VIP in his grips.
Yep.
Every other case study that's ever came in job killing never had access to the VIP, and they went out and followed the process and did it the way that we trained. This is just another tool in the freaking toolbox. But I love the fact that you're prospecting, because at the end of the day, you have to make more offers if you want to make more money. You're putting 100 out there a day.
It's like picking up on women. You get in front of enough of them, and you're gonna be able to go on a set number of dates.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, okay. When you're in your single days, I'm serious. It's the same thing. It's like anything in life. You get yourself in front of enough people, you're going to close X percentage, and that is my to a T precise business model.
Many people who will listen to this, they have it. It's like the LeBron James thing we talk about all the time. Everyone looks at his lifetime contract with Nike and they're like, oh my gosh, it's worth $500 million. It's crazy. And they look at the event. They don't look at the grind to it. I think one of the biggest things that I see that people make mistakes is that, yes, they want to go fast, but they're not willing to embrace the grind of what it takes to understand how to look at a website, how to do the SEO, how to do the lead gen stuff we do, get smacked around a little bit to actually build a business model. And 3 months in, they quit, or they go, oh, I can't do it. I'm, victim me. So, like, what would you say about that? Because you put in a lot of time over this last year learning this new skill set. Yeah. So, like, what's your advice to that person about the grind in the climb?
What's your why? Why are you doing this? And that's what's driven me. I have so many things driving me in my life, and
like?
I've been at music, family, just my passions, the traveling, just living. I've been, a DJ for the last 5 years. I owned a production company, put on music festivals. I want to do that kind of stuff. That is my reality, and that's what's pushed me. Taking care of my folks, taking care of the people around me that I love. That's the why for me.
Yeah.
And you got to get there. I've been at such low points in the last couple of years through business, through just everything, and it's in learning to build a true structured business is complicated to say the least. So I've, even in the last year, been like hitting my head against the wall, like, oh, what am I doing? Why is this going to work? And am I still going to continue to spin my wheels? And at the end of the day, when you've got a platform that works, something that is tangible, that you can you leverage your time and your skills in something, the price tag is invaluable. And that's what I've learned, is that you gotta fight through that. And there's so many different options and ways you can go through this business and have success, that you just got to stick with it and learn it inside and out.
Yeah, you got to be willing to embrace the freaking climb of becoming an expert at something.
Absolutely.
And it's not going to happen in 4 weeks. So, if you start sending out 100 emails this month and you don't even know how to do it, you've never built the process, you've never built the property, you've never generated your own lead, you're going to feel like a fish out of water. So you have to be willing to go through that.
Definitely.
Like you did.
Yep.
To be at the place where you're at now, which is now you're starting to live the event.
Yep.
You're starting to live the event of all your hard work.
And that is so, and it's invaluable. It's priceless. You can't put a price tag on that. It's the experience, just everything that you've gone through to get to that point. It makes it that much better. And it's just, I can't even just stick with it and really and put just put some time into it. And don't give up. Like, if this is what you want to be doing, living a mobile lifestyle, leveraging your time, being able to spend whatever your life on doing the things that you're passionate about, this is a platform to do that.
Yeah, it's one of many vehicles, but
definitely,
it's an awesome vehicle.
It really is, and it's as simple as that. And I can't reiterate enough how if you just stick with a process and understanding how you can really, further so, make an impact in someone else's life too. Some of these businesses are hopeless.
Oh, dude, trust me, I get it.
Absolutely. It's like, you've seen the over the years here, and some of these people are just beyond hopeless, and that's what's so great about it. Even further so, forget all the money and all that kind of stuff. You get to help someone's livelihood and just their whole scope of things, and really building a rapport with someone that can span decades. And that's what's so cool about it. And then further so, being able to outsource and do other things and really get something in place that kind of just runs itself.
That's my whole game.
In my game. Well, clearly, I've seen you, and that's the thing, is that I've seen Dan here work his ass off for 5-10 years now, and it's just, again, it's a testament to what I'm doing, and just gives me more of a motivation to just continually grind. And I'm still learning. Every day. How can I better just solidify my process in what I'm doing.
Totally.
And that's what I'm sticking with. And I know, especially with some of the people within our network of this industry, just the possibilities of income and just lifestyle. It's endless.
Yep.
Sky's the limit.
Love it, guys. Well, appreciate you guys tuning into this little interview. We're losing sunlight fast. But hopefully, hopefully it went great. We'll probably go fly the drone around.
I was gonna say the drone, maybe jump in the jacuzzi a little bit. I don't know, maybe barbecue. I don't know, man.
So appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully Scott gave you some stuff. He'll be in Vegas at the Vegas event in June. So get out to Vegas. Guys like this are gonna be there, giving and dropping nuggets and knowledge. Please don't hit him up personally. He's gonna get nailed because of this. So don't be that person, because he probably won't respond because he's running his business.
Unless you're a gorgeous single female, that's fine. You know, I'm cool with that. So
yeah. So don't hit them up. Just take nuggets. You can maybe post below this video if you got questions or whatever. But take what was said. It's just a very simple layout. Get into the VIP section if you have not paid off your tuition yet. That's kind of an extra bonus we make for you guys inside Job Killing. Brad has made some really spectacular emails. I haven't done too much in the VIP section. It's not really my strong suit, but this video is what I do. So we'll see you guys soon. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Sweet.